Hey First Tee family, Coach Jimmy Beers here. Happy Monday to you, the week of April 20th, 2020. So, over the next few weeks while we're staying at home, I have created a few lesson plans that are very easy to set up. These lesson plans are identical to the same lessons that I would be teaching your kids down at Mud Run or our other coaches at our other locations like Brookledge and Raintree and the Cleveland Clinic Challenge course. But these lesson plans you can do for the next few weeks inside your house where your kids will be able to compete with their mom, dad, brothers, and sisters and just have a lot of fun and kind of remember the things that we teach at the First Tee, like our core values and our life skills. So let's jump right into lesson number one. Lesson number one is going to be a golf skill of putting. Our golf fundamental for putting is going to be distance control, and our factor of influence for distance control is going to be the size or length of motion that the putter goes back. The farther the putter goes back, the farther the ball will travel. Our core value today, we're going to use honesty of the player, and our life skill will be self-management, as the players are going to have to use honesty and self-management during our two games to keep score. Here's what you're going to need, just a few supplies. You're going to need one putter, a golf ball, your favorite color Sharpie marker, a tape measure, a masking tape roll, preferably painter's tape as it comes up easier, or you can use a household item instead to replace masking tape like string, and finally a piece of paper and a pen to keep score. So here's a quick look at how to set up the golf skill part of today's lesson. First, you're going to draw a thick line around a golf ball using your favorite color Sharpie marker. Second step is lay down a 10-foot piece of masking tape or something similar. Third, draw a circle about the same size of a golf ball, 1 foot in from each end of the masking tape. This will leave an 8-foot putt between two circles and 1 foot at each end of the circle to the end of the tape. The golf drill will be to try to set the ball on one of the circles and get it to stop between the other circle and the end of the tape. Here's a quick look on how that looks. When you putt from the circle to the circle, try to keep the Sharpie line rolling in a straight line as long as possible along the tape line. Here's a cue. This happens when the putter goes straight back and straight through along the tape line. If the putter goes inside or outside of the tape line, that will cause the line you put on the ball to become wobbly, and the putt then will have side spin instead of top spin. In golf, we prefer top spin. Challenge yourself. Set the same format up on a couple different types of either carpet, cement flooring in the basement, or kitchen tile to see different speeds for different surfaces. That'll give yourself a little bit different look at how different green speeds react to your different surfaces in your house. Okay, game number one, watch the ball roll. Here's how the game is played. First of all, you're either going to get a point or lose a point on each putt. To get a point, you have to roll the ball with the ball going end over end so you continually see the straight line that you put on that golf ball. That gets you 1 point, as long as it ends up between the circle and the end of the tape. All right, because that ball rolled end over end, got to the circle, but not to the end of the tape, that would score 1 point. You lose a point if you hit that same putt and the ball curves, or the line curves or wobbles and doesn't continue to do top spin and has side spin. That'll lose a point. Again, honesty of the player will decide if you gain a point or lose a point. The goal in this game is to try to get a total of 5 positive points over the course of the game. It's going to be a little challenging, but remember to be honest. Okay, game number two I love because it teaches the golfer to get the ball to the hole or slightly past it. So here's how game number two works. It's called rectangles and squares. You're going to put a piece of masking tape down 2 feet long by 1 foot and make a rectangle. In front of the rectangle, you're going to make a 4 1/4 inch perfect square using masking tape. This replicates the exact same size of a golf hole. From 10 feet away, you're going to putt your ball. If your ball doesn't end inside the rectangle or the square, 0 points. If the ball ends up inside the rectangle, which just teaches the golfer to get the ball past the hole, 1 point. If the ball ends up inside the square, 3 points. Okay, you're going to play this game until someone scores 21, and that'll be your winner. Again, this is a great game to learn distance response, and don't forget about our factor of influence, length of motion, to control the distance that ball travels. So, I hope you enjoyed both of these games. At the end of all of our classes, we always end with a wrap-up. So let's go ahead and ask our kids real quick about how did we use honesty of a player and how did we use the life skill of self-management today during the games and during how we kept score, and hopefully we were honest. But most importantly, how have we been honest in using self-management around the house that we've been staying home and staying safe? So I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. I look forward to next week's lesson, which is going to include a favorite sport of all of us here in the Cleveland area, but it's not golf. But I'm going to take that sport and relate it to golf. So we'll see you next week.